Good afternoon to one and all. In today's video lesson, you will be learning an important tool in recombinant DNA technology, that is cloning vector. Vectors are nucleic acids, DNA or RNA, used to transfer the gene of interest into a host organism. Or in simple terms, vectors are vehicle DNA. In this slide, you can see a useful gene which is to be transferred into the host organism with the help of a vector. The most commonly used vectors are plasmids or bacteriophages in bacteria, agrobacterium for plant cells, and retrovirus for animal cells. So the most commonly used vectors for bacteria are plasmids and bacteriophages, for plant cells, agrobacterium, and for animal cells, retrovirus. The vectors have the ability to replicate within the host cell and can produce very high copy numbers of their genome within the host cell. Now, before learning the essential features of a cloning vector, you should be familiar with certain terms. The common terms are non-recombinant, recombinant, non-transformant, and transformant. Now, what are non-recombinants? These are vectors without the foreign DNA. Recombinants are vectors with the foreign gene. Non-transformants and transformants are the term used for host organism. Host without the recombinant are called non-transformants, and host with the recombinant are the transformants. So the term non-recombinant and recombinant are used for vectors, and non-transformant and transformant are used for host organism. Now, what are the features of an ideal cloning vector? The three essential features are origin of replication or ori, selectable markers, and cloning sites. Now, origin of replication or ori. This is a DNA sequence which initiates replication, and this sequence should support very high copy numbers within the host cell. So, any piece of DNA linked to this ori sequence can be made to replicate within the host cell. So, this ori should support very high copy numbers per cell. Another essential feature is a selectable marker. So, selectable markers are capable of identifying and eliminating the non-transformants and selectively permit the growth of transformants. So, what are selectable markers? These are DNA sequences that are capable of identifying and eliminating the non-transformants and selectively permit the growth of the transformants. Normally, the selectable markers are antibiotic resistant genes. Next feature is the cloning site. Cloning site are the recognition sites where the DNA gets integrated with the vector DNA. A good cloning vector should have only one or very few recognition sites. If there are more recognition sites, it will generate several fragments which will complicate the gene cloning. So the three essential features of a cloning vector are a good ori, selectable markers, and cloning sites. Now here you can see a cloning vector PBR322. Now this is the DNA of the vector, and this region is the ori or origin of replication, and this should support very high copy numbers per cell. These are the two antibiotic resistant genes that act as selectable markers. In a non-recombinant, the selectable markers are tetracycline resistant gene and ampicillin resistant gene. Now, when a useful gene is inserted at the BAM-H1 site of this PBR322, this vector now becomes a recombinant. Once the useful gene is inserted at the BAM-H1 site, the tetracycline resistant property is lost and this gene becomes sensitive to tetracycline but resistant to ampicillin. So non-recombinants are resistant to tetracycline and ampicillin, whereas recombinants are sensitive to tetracycline but resistant to ampicillin. All host organisms or bacteria are sensitive to these antibiotics. So bacteria or non-transformants are tetracycline sensitive and ampicillin sensitive. Thus, the selectable markers help to distinguish non-transformants from transformants. Non-transformants are tetracycline sensitive and ampicillin sensitive, whereas transformants are tetracycline sensitive but ampicillin resistant. So ampicillin resistant gene helps in selecting the transformants, whereas the tetracycline sensitive gene helps in selection of recombinants. So this is a tedious procedure because it requires simultaneous plating on two plates having different antibiotics. So an alternative selectable marker is the insertional inactivation. So what is insertional inactivation? The recombinant DNA is inserted within the coding sequence of a gene that codes for an enzyme beta-galactosidase. This insert inactivates the gene for the synthesis of this enzyme. Hence, it is termed as insertional inactivation. Now, in the presence of a chromogenic substrate, non-transformants, that is without the insert, gives blue-colored colonies, whereas transformants do not produce any color, and these are identified as recombinant colonies. So this is what you have to learn about the cloning vectors. Hope all of you have enjoyed my lesson. If so, click like, comment and subscribe my video channel. Thank you.